like to welcome everyone back to the Bible study. We're studying Exodus chapter 28, part 2. I just want to do a little recap. Last time we were talking about the priest garment, which Aaron is wearing, and it contains of 6 parts. There's the tunic, which is like a long white t-shirt, and then there's the robe. It's dark blue to the knees, and the ephod, an apron to hold everything together. And here the breastplate was on top. It had stones and also pockets. And then there was a sash, which is a girdle or belt. And then on the head was a turban, and this was a special headpiece. You could ask yourself, why is God doing all this? Well, he's wanting to see the desired change in the children of Israel. Their hearts are not pleasing to God, and they're not worshiping God properly. And he's doing this to teach them how to worship. I'm going to start reading in verse 31, and you can join me or you can listen, that's fine too. You shall make the robe of the ephod all of blue. There shall be an opening for his head, and in the middle of it shall have a woven binding all around its opening, like the opening in a coat of mail, so that it does not tear. And upon its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet, all around its hem, and bells of gold between them all around. A gold bell and a pomegranate, a gold bell and pomegranate, upon the hem of the robe, all around. Now, before we continue reading, you're probably asking yourself, why the bells on the bottom of the robe? Well, when the high priest was going towards the temple, everyone could hear where he was going. It was also to make him concentrate and focus on to do his work for the purpose of why he came into the temple. And it was also for everyone to know not to disturb him while he is going into the temple. Verse 35, and it shall be upon Aaron when he ministers, and its sounds will be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, that he may not die. Verse 36, you shall also make a plate of pure gold, and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, holiness to the Lord. And you shall put it on a blue cord, that it may be on the turban. It shall be on the front of the turban. Verse 38, so it shall be on Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things which the children of Israel hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall always be on his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. You shall skillfully weave the tunic of fine linen thread. You shall make the turban of fine linen, and you shall make the sash of woven work. For Aaron's sons you shall make tunics, and you shall make sashes for them, and you shall make hats for them, for glory and beauty. So Aaron's sons, the priests, wore different robes. Verse 41, so you shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and you shall anoint them, consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister to me as priests. So here we see that Moses is to dress them and anoint them and give them authority. Verse 42, and you shall make for them linen trousers to cover their nakedness. They shall reach from the waist to the thighs. They shall be on Aaron and his sons when they come into the temple of meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister in the holy place, that they do not incur iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever to him and his descendants after him. What can we learn from this chapter? Well, worship is very important that we do this in the right mindset and pleasing to God. Now Aaron and his sons, they went into the temple to be in the presence of God and to worship him. And it was very important to be in the right mindset. Also today, I believe it's very important when we come into worship in the church that we are in the right mindset, that we present ourselves also accordingly, pleasing to God, to be dressed properly and respectfully before God. Now, if you've been redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, your concern should be to worship properly. In some areas, worship is being violated. Now, here in this chapter, they were appearing before the Lord in a way that was appropriate, a way that was sanctified, in order that they would not die. So thank you so much for joining me today, and please join me again next time as we go into the next chapter, Exodus 29. Until then, God bless you all.